So this is great. You're using many different carriers, so you know all the different core specialisms of each carrier. You're able to use them together to achieve your first time delivery and lower costs, and you have an efficient process within your warehouse. Fantastic. Or you don't. Oh, well, in that case, look at one of the other videos that we've done in the series. But if you do, and you've got an efficient delivery, how do you achieve resilient delivery? For example, what do you do when your carrier suddenly rings you and says, I can't pick up today? Or, for instance, it snows, or they go on strike. Or something very simple. You've got an order after your delivery cut-off in the day and you're expected to deliver next day. Then what? What do you do? It doesn't matter if you've got any problems. Let's face it, your customers aren't going to care, okay? They have an emotional relationship wrapped up in the purchase that they just made from you. And so you need to make sure you get it there first time, on time, when you've said you have. In fact, 73% of customers have said they won't reorder from a retailer if the delivery experience was bad. Think about it. Last time you bought something, can you remember a pretty website? You can't, but you can certainly remember a bad delivery, and you won't go back there afterwards. And so, therefore, you've got to make sure that you look after your brand during the delivery journey. I'm talking about that word again, brand. It's very, very much part of the e-commerce process now. It used to be far away. It used to be within the marketeers and strategists. Nothing to do with the warehouse. These days, your brand is with your delivery. So you've got to be able to manage that and take hold of that. So what do? Well, first of all, you need to understand that delivering to consumers isn't about just delivering parcels through carriers. It's about looking after your brand. It's about making sure that you keep the customer delivery promise so you deliver on time every time. So what you have to do is use all those different delivery services offered by all your carriers and use those in tandem instead of actually using one particular carrier for one particular service. For example, say you've got 3 carriers, right? You use carrier A for your great next day service. Carrier B is a lot cheaper, but you use that for your 5-day service. And carrier C, well, that's your postal service, your very, very cheap letterbox deliverables. So normally, if carrier A can't deliver, well, then what do? But here's the thing. Carrier B will also do a next day service. You might not use them very often, and it might be a little bit more expensive, but at least you keep the customer promise. And then carrier C might have a 7-day service that you can use. So in other words, what you do is you use service types rather than individual carriers. So if this carrier can't deliver, automatically you choose this carrier's service to provide the customer promise. And that's really important. And once you've done that, then you really will have contingency and resilience in your delivery process. Okay, using your second carrier might be a little bit more expensive, but you know what? At least you've kept the customer promise. And that's really important because at least you've retained the customer. And of course, it's a lot less than losing the customer, especially when that customer has paid for a premium service, next day service. You're more likely to antagonize them if you don't deliver right. It's a simple concept, but you know what? You'll need technology. What technology?